What's up, man? Welcome. What's happening to my indigenous people out there, my ADOS family? Check this out. I was just listening to the last video from Jay Morrison. And let me say this: he made some good points. To be honest with you, and don't everybody get emotional, get hot up on a collar, right? Just listen to me for a minute. He's wrong. I mean, when dealing with in Cobra, if they told him that, and they've been there since the '60s, regarding the nationalities and establishing a plebiscite and the Constitution, if they told him that, right, the next question he should have asked, instead of worshiping these people, the next question he should have asked was, how come they have not done it yet? They've had since the '60s. It's 2019 going into 2020, and they have not done it. That lets you know that they have no intentions of doing anything. If they had got the money, they would have taken it. They would have stolen it. You know what I'm saying? And just squandered it. It wouldn't have went to the people. So, and Cobra needs to be out the equation altogether. That's how I feel. And I think ADOS need to continue to fight and push forward. And we need to continue to fight for these reparations best we can. Now, on the flip side of that, Jay Morrison is absolutely right. A plebiscite does need to be created. You know what I'm saying? You had many brothers who come out and talk about it before. You had a brother Ali Muhammad who talked about establishing a plebiscite, classifying ourselves as indigenous people, and we do not need to do anything that we're doing in regards and make it a religious issue. We don't need to do it surrounded around Christianity. We don't need to do it surrounded by Islam, because everybody don't believe in the same religion. So keep religion out of it. Anything dealing with religion has to be taken out of the equation. Everybody has a right to worship their creator however they see fit. But we all don't subscribe to the same ideology. So leave your religion at the fucking door. Period. Everything we do need to be surrounded by economics and establishing an economy for ourselves. That's what need to happen. Now, getting to this nationality thing about classifying ourselves and shit like that, right? Well, most ADOS people don't know, may not know. I'm not gonna say what you do or don't know. Well, most of you may not know that legally speaking, upon the United Nations Rights of Indigenous People, there's two criteria that makes you indigenous to a particular landmass. One, your ancestors had to have been here before colonialism, which most of ours were. Two, they had to have been brought here involuntarily via slavery, something like that. Some of us were. So by those definitions, you are considered indigenous people. As far as plebiscite goes, it needs to happen. It needs to happen. That way you can structure everything. You know what I'm saying? That way you can structure everything. You have up under the United Nations rights of indigenous people, you have a right to self-govern. You have a right to participate in the government of the United States or the land that you're from, and you also have a right to establish your own indigenous governments. So you can have an indigenous government, and you can have people simultaneously involved in the politics of the United States. You can do that. You know what I'm saying? And people said that, I was listening to this one brother, I can't remember the brother's name. Don't be a blind follower. You know what I'm saying? I listen to Tom and Yvette. I agree with what they're doing. I think it's a good thing that they got the momentum going. But we don't need to be so foolish to think that we don't have to organize on a level in order to govern our people. Everybody does it. There's no successful organization in the U.S. that don't have constitution and bylaws. You can't even open up a corporation without constitution and bylaws. You can't open up a nonprofit without constitution and bylaws. You talking about the Ku Klux Klan. Even the Ku Klux Klan had constitution and bylaws. You dig what I'm saying? All these Greek fraternities have constitution and bylaws. I think it need to happen. I think we do need to come into a forum. And when we come into the forum, leave all goddamn cameras and phones. Don't record it. Don't broadcast it. We do it amongst ourselves. No foreigners. No immigrants amongst us. Keep them out. Because it's not about them. It's about us. You know what I'm saying? And we do this shit ourselves. Period. Don't include no Europeans. Don't include nobody else in our business. Specifically Adolf's people. Specifically. That's it. Nobody else. If you ain't from this soil, you're not invited. You're not included. It's just that simple. We only talking about Adolf's peoples. That's it. Nobody else. Fuck everybody else. Only Adolf's people. But yeah, what y'all can do, man, go look into the United Nations Rights of Indigenous Peoples. And it's literally right there in front of you. So there's nothing wrong with supporting Yvette and Tone. There's no supporting putting all your money behind the ADOS movement, but simultaneously, it needs to be, if we do a plebiscite, and Cobra do not need to be within the makings of it. And if Jason Morrison is fucking with in Cobra, and these Negroes has been failing for 50, 60 years since the 60s, and they have not established anything, has not gotten anything done. They've known they've been needing a plebiscite all this fucking time since the 50s, and they have not done it. It's the reason they have done it because they don't want to do it. They have not brought it to the people. You know what I'm saying? The people didn't know this shit during that time period. They didn't know. And they have not gotten it done. So they are not to be on the table. And if he's fucking with N Cobra, knowing that they failures and knowing that they have not succeeded, then his ass don't need to be at the table either. And Cobra is talking about black people all over the world. We have our own issues here. That shit is off the table. We're not supporting immigration or none of that shit. Specifically ADOS people. There's nothing wrong with that, man. There's nothing wrong with creating a plebiscite and doing other things. For those of us who know how to do it, who understands how to do it, that's what needs to be done. You know what I'm saying? So, when I'm telling y'all, man, it's nothing wrong with Jay Morrison. He's right on that point. He has a point on that. You know what I'm saying? He does have a point on that. You know? That's what it is. He do have a point. Yes, you can have the United States Constitution, but you also can have a constitution to govern your people. You dig what I'm saying? But if he's fucking with N Cobra, and we know N Cobra they some fucking agents. We know they agents. So if he fucking with N Cobra, we can't fuck with him. You know what I'm saying? Because N Cobra not gonna get the shit done. The minute ADOS came out and started gaining ground, the first Negroes who came out on the attack was Negroes from N Cobra. They were the first one attacking what ADOS is doing. So them Negroes is already bought and paid for, man. They already bought and paid for. Even when Tariq Nasheed read the pamphlet that they gave him, They didn't have anything tangible within it. Nothing. You dig what I'm saying? So that's what it is. But yeah, man, don't be afraid to play the say. Get out of your emotions. Start using logic and reasoning. You know what I'm saying? Start using logic and reasoning in your decision making, and you're going to understand that it's okay, man. Wife Tony, Yvette doing their thing. Some of us need to be working behind the scenes to add on to what they're doing. Don't try to tear them down. Add on to what they're doing. If you're not going to add on and if you're not going to participate, then, you might need to get back. Don't try to destroy the fucking movement because you disagree with certain things like this Negro Boyce Watkins does. You know what I'm saying? Get behind the scenes, work together, and get it done. Simple. Peace out, man. Welcome to the struggle zone, man.